Yesterday was an incredible moment, and it's an incredible moment because I talk a lot about messaging on here at the Takedown with Cliff Schecter. You should subscribe, by the way, and tell your friends. But I'm going to actually, I think, do a longer video. Maybe it'll come out on Saturday, like a 10-minute, 12-minute on messaging and the importance of aggressively messaging, of aggressively defining your opponent. There's been a sort of almost like a lesson given by John Fetterman's campaign in Pennsylvania how to do that, how to mock an opponent and aggressively define them. Tim Ryan is doing it pretty well here in Ohio too. But it's the constant messaging. It's the not sitting there and looking weak when Republicans attack. It's the when something happens like Donald Trump has Mar-a-Lago raided. It's not having a Democrat in leadership. I'm not going to even say the name because I'm not looking to pick on personal one. Say, oh, when he's on TV at the time, I said you'll figure it out. Saying no comment. There should be a comment. The comment should be, we twice impeached Donald Trump for the fact that he committed criminal acts while in office, including engaging in conspiracy against Joe Biden and trying to undermine our relationship with Ukraine at the behest of Vladimir Putin. We also impeached him for the fact that he tried to incite riot and he tried to overthrow our government on January 6th. He's been investigated. His university's been investigated. Right now, he's taken the fifth on even speaking to Letitia James, the Attorney General. That's right, he took the fifth the other day. He's made clear again and again he's a criminal. And Americans need to understand that. That is why Mar-a-Lago is raided. Now, he gets the benefit of innocence until proven guilty. But Mar-a-Lago was raided because a warrant was executed. That's what I wanted to hear, not no comment. So when Beto O'Rourke stood up the other day and was talking about an assault rifle, which even the creator of the assault rifle admitted is a battlefield weapon, is something that was bought legally by the Uvalde murderer who didn't buy it when it was illegal at 16, didn't buy it when it was illegal at 17, waited till he could legally buy it at 18. Next time Republicans say, laws don't work. Laws work the vast majority of the time. Here and there, they don't work. If they never worked, we should have no laws. Why don't we get rid of all laws? It's an easy answer to their stupidity. Beto O'Rourke, in any case, kept talking about what this weapon does to children's bodies, how it was made on a battlefield to use on a battlefield to pierce another soldier's helmet 500 feet away. At that moment, a Greg Abbott supporter in the crowd, somebody who likes to freeze when the weather is terrible and the electricity goes down because Greg Abbott's been bribed by his campaign contributors to let them have a monopoly, and a guy who wants to put bounties on women so their ex-boyfriends who are violent can hunt them down and ban all abortions so 10-year-olds can basically become walking baby containers for wards of the state, and a guy who got rid of all permitting and all background checks so guns can be put in every lunatic's hand, like this guy who attacked the FBI building in Cincinnati today. That Greg Abbott, one of their supporters actually was willing to show their face. What did Beto O'Rourke do? Beto O'Rourke, in a moment of passion, as he was talking about this, he mentioned that this thing had murdered, what this thing could do on a battlefield, and it killed kids. And one of these Abbott supporters holding up a sign started laughing. And in just a completely natural moment, Beto O'Rourke swung around quickly and said, "This may be funny to you, Motherf ker, but it's not funny to me." To which he got a standing ovation. Why? Again, it's not about, oh, you should curse as often as possible. It's that was a moment to curse. It's that was authentic. That was from his soul. That was passion. And this is what people want to see. They want to see Democrats that stand for something. They want to see us aggressively go out and make the case against Republicans who have attacked our country in every way you can imagine, from stealing Supreme Court seats and getting unelected judges who they forced onto those seats who were religious zealots, to take away women's rights, to the fact that they attacked the very seat of our government, incited riot, and had people attack Capitol Police officers and destroy property and smear feces on the wall, and everything they did on January 6th, commit the crimes they committed. The same day that Guy Refit, which again, I don't believe is a real name, the guy that brought the zip ties, remember him? He was looking for Nancy Pelosi, got 7 years in prison, was the same day we also wiped al-Zawahiri from this earth. And you know what? That was a day that we actually eliminated 2 terrorists from the battlefield, one in prison, a domestic terrorist, and one a foreign terrorist who attacked our country, because that's who these people are, they're terrorists. And Beto O'Rourke spun around and he said what we would all like to say. Eric Swalwell's been doing that on Twitter. He's been sharing the threats he's been getting because of lies told about him by Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and others. And he's been aggressively messaging against them. That's why they hate him, because he's good at it. And Ted Lieu does it, and Katie Porter, and Stacey Abrams. I think there's a list of numerous of these folks. Cory Booker. I mean, I don't want to leave anybody out, but Chris Murphy and Brian Schatz are great at it. But enough, I mean, I'd like to say the older generation of Democrats have done an incredible job legislating, fighting, but it's really time for the voices to step forward who get what the fight is right now, who've grown up in it, who understand that this is not anymore where you shake hands afterwards and have a drink. They're just conservatives with stupid ideas that don't work, but at least they're decent people. There's a few of those left. Most of them, at this point, have aided and abetted Donald Trump in the overthrowing of this country and protected him afterwards if they didn't help him beforehand. Voted to decertify electoral votes, the vast majority of their House caucus. Okay? These are not people that you're friends with. And then they call you murderers, and they say you want to murder babies, and they say all this kind of stuff. You can't ignore that. You respond to it the way Beto O'Rourke did. You go out and you point out that they attacked our government the way Eric Swalwell has. You point out to people that inflation is down. We just had one of the best jobs reports of all time. We have the lowest unemployment ever. And Donald Trump created a huge deficit by cutting taxes for the Koch brothers and Peter Thiel so they get an extra pair of yacht slippers. Okay? You aggressively go after how corrupt these people are, how greedy they are, how much they don't respect democracy. And you point out how much the people on our side, what we've gotten done. That bill we just passed, for the first time in a generation, or ever, but we've been trying for a generation to get Medicare to be able to negotiate the prices of drugs down. Done. We at least got a minimum tax put in. Kirsten Sinema, which I did a video about her, undercut some of it, but there's a minimum tax now for corporations and even for those that had used the carried interest loophole, hedge funders who pay less in taxes than me. That won't happen anymore. This is a huge and important bill. Joe Biden has done an incredible amount of positive things. The Republicans have done an incredible amount of negative things. They've taken away your rights. They've put guns in your schools. They've ignored the climate, which, by the way, Biden's bill, the biggest action on climate ever. They've encouraged and incited riot. They attacked our capital. They worked with Russia. These are things that need to be messaged constantly, aggressively, on Twitter, banners behind airplanes, press conferences every week. Okay, this is what we need to be doing. I'm glad now that Merrick Garland is stepping up. I'm glad that Representative Scott Perry had his phone confiscated. Who knows what's on that thing? We got Alex Jones's texts at this point. I'm scared as to what might be involved in those, but I'm sure that there's a lot of grease and a monkey and or maybe a tap dancing orangutan somewhere. Who knows, that sick person. In any case, I will end this video. The kind of passion, the kind of authenticity, the kind of charisma, the kind of leadership that we need is what Beto showed the other day, and that's why that clip has gone viral. More of that, please. I will do a longer video on this soon. Please, guys, subscribe. This channel's been growing like rapidly. I so appreciate that, because this is what I want to do with my time. We've gained 3,000 or 4,000 followers. 3,000? I don't know. The last month and a half. Subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you get the new videos. Please tell everybody you know who will like this to subscribe and like and comment. And you can follow me on Twitter at Schecter. And thank you for being here.